That's how you
I
know.
love kimchi.
That's
I love kimchi.
Yeah.
Come on. I love kimchi.
Yeah.
I love kimchi.
Come on.
I love kimchi. I love kimchi. I love kimchi. Hello, welcome everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show. This is Angela the Comic Live, and I am your host, Angela the Comic.
And I am Mike Lowe of Mike Lowe Productions.
What do you do here, Mike Lowe of Mike Lowe Productions?
I do everything but speak for you because I do everything else. You have your own voice, so that's good.
Wow, that's very feminist of you. I'm so proud of you.
Anyways, I do audio and video.
Do you now?
And I write all your jokes.
Don't say that.
I write all your jokes. The good stuff.
You know I hate it when you say that because you know it's not true. So you write about my adventures with my Korean mom.
I inspire it.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, though.
Let's talk about something positive. We've got,
what you got?
A new family member.
We do.
We do. We got a new dog. Well, new to us. Well,
Dog.
she's a new dog.
I got a new dog.
Dog. We got a rescue dog for those of you who haven't seen our post.
Your post. I haven't posted her yet.
My post.
Yes.
And her name is Shanae. She is a rescue dog.
Shanae. Shanae.
Oh my gosh. It's a Korean name. Shanae
Or Shanae.
is a Korean name. But Mike can't. I don't know. I guess he's not used to that. So he says Shanae. Shanae.
Well, I say, first I said Shay.
Tell me right now you had an ex-girlfriend named Shanae. I swear to God.
No,
I swear to God.
I watched the television show Martin. Martin Lawrence. Shanae.
I loved Martin.
Oh, yeah.
Martin.
I originally said Shay.
Martin. She was doing her thing on that song.
Right. So instead of saying Shay, I said Shanae. Nay.
We don't give enough credit to all of those people who did the theme songs for like In Living Color, Martin.
In Living Color was more like a drum loop. In Living Color, and that's all it was.
Living Single.
Living Single. I don't remember it.
A Different World.
It's a different world.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. The Full House. Everywhere you look.
Back then, it used to be the jam.
It's in a book. Take a look. Is that it?
Oh,
Reading Rainbow.
I can be anywhere. I was going to say anyone. It turned into anywhere.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Anywhere.
Nice.
Just take a look. It's in a book.
Reading Rainbow.
Thank you for picking it up.
You gotta go low. You gotta go low. But anyways, the Full House, all of them. I'm surprised you didn't do it.
Too funny. Oh, goodness gracious. So, yeah, Shanae. She is actually in the room. Should we show everybody?
Because she likes to bark. And we feel like if she's outside of the room.
Yeah. She's getting used to her surroundings. So, you can't. She barks at every fart. Like, you can't fart without her barking. Thank goodness that was only in the headphones. She would have been barking at that.
No, that's her.
No, it's understandable. It's new surroundings. She's
Show
come
her.
from.
Reveal the dog.
Oh, should I? Hold on one second.
The dog. Dog. Don't hit the mic on your way out, okay? Oh, and she thick, too. She kind of thick.
She is. Look at her.
She's a big dog.
Oh, she's a good dog. She's a very sweet dog.
Very chill. And for some reason, she is attached to me more than Angela. And it's the first time out of the 3 or 4 dogs we've had. 3? 4? 3. That the dog is attached to me. I'm like, all right. I don't know what to do, all the extra attention.
Just give it some time. She'll come around. Just give it some time.
Nah, they know the natural
Leader of the pack.
Natural instinct.
Leader of the pack.
So they were growling at each other when they first met, but I think today they played together.
Because the trick is, you shove each other's asshole in their faces. You just put their butts in each other's faces. And then they'll smell each other and kind of decipher the code. And then they'll get along. It's fine.
I think she just growled at Lucy, actually.
Oh, that's okay.
Lucy was all in the ear like, I want to talk to you about our car's extended warranty.
I'm never going to get over that. Never going to get over that.
Good times.
Isn't it nice? Look at this Wi-Fi connection.
Oh, yeah. Last week
Are you swimming in it right now?
I mean, I just have multiple things streaming.
Oh, my goodness.
I got my PlayStation streaming. I got the smart TV on. My phone's doing something.
We had just got back from a retreat in Missouri, not Minnesota.
Why do you want to say Minnesota?
Yeah, Missouri. And it was very actually relaxing. I liked it. Disconnect from everything. It was nice.
Spotty
and we were only
Wi-Fi.
eating organic food that they were growing on the property. It was just it was dope. It was dope.
I'm not sure if it was all from the property, but
it was
good.
They had a greenhouse.
Oh, okay.
And they told me everything was organic.
Nice. Even the air. It was pretty cool to be, I guess, detached from the world for a moment. Even though we kind of had spotty Wi-Fi, I felt like they did it on purpose. Like 7 to 9, it was humming.
Other people, they just
but
they were hoarding
the
the Wi-Fi.
Couldn't even load a picture. Nothing.
That is too funny.
It's kind of weird.
What else are we catching up on now that we're back?
Master Chef.
Yes. The legendary chef on this most recent episode is Sherry Yard.
Miss Yard, which I actually don't know that one.
Sherry Yard.
Don't know that one.
I looked her up.
Never heard of her.
She's a pretty big deal.
I'm sure she is. She's on the show.
You guys need to look her up. Sherry Yard.
Apparently, she's a dessert chef.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, among other things, but the dessert is her area.
Big deal. She's a pretty big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. One last thing before we bring on our guests.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're just jumping in, huh?
I am never gonna tell you a fact that I've learned from TikTok ever again.
Wow.
You guys, let me tell you what happened. Our drive back from Missouri. Drive. I said drive, not plane. We didn't fly there. 9 hours one-way drive. Right?
Yeah. I did most of it.
We drove. No, you. Come on.
It's a strong we.
Come on.
I drove the first 3 hours or 2 and some change.
Before we drove, I told Mike.
Right.
Hey, or did I send you the TikTok? And it was basically about how people get sleepy on car rides because when you have that button on that insulates the vehicle.
Circulates the air is what it is.
Yeah. It insulates the vehicle very well.
Does it?
So the carbon dioxide that you breathe out makes people sleepy.
Because it gets recycled.
Do you know, Mike was driving back. Mike was driving.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, we're going to split this up 4.5 hours. You drive first. I'm going to take a nap. And then when I get up, I'll drive the second half.
Which sounded like a good idea.
To prevent any tiredness or sleepiness, he kept opening the windows. Instead of pushing the button that uninsulates the car, he kept opening the windows next to me. So I'm trying to sleep there like... And then all of a sudden you hear... Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, oh my, I can't.
Now,
I
okay.
can't sleep.
Now,
like,
in my defense.
yes, your defense. You're in the court of marriage. Oh, that's going to work out great for you.
When we were driving there, you did that. You were like, oh, well, it circulates, but you got to let the stuff out, so open the window. You opened the window. You started that whole process. So, on the way back, as soon as we get in the car, you go to sleep. Worst driving partner ever. No entertainment.
Here's the thing. Please comment.
Let me finish. No
oh,
conversation.
My goodness.
I had to play the music kind of low. She said, oh, I sleep through anything. But I'm not going to be bumping like hip-hop music that just has 808s thumping.
Uh-huh.
I think Shanae is eating her.
She's getting comfortable.
She's eating her tail.
She's okay. She's getting comfortable.
So I'm like, cool. I'm gonna open the window real quick, let it breathe a little bit, and then you get mad about that because I woke you up, but you were doing the thing first time, so I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you.
I don't believe you.
Which part? All of it? The truth?
All of it. The truth.
What a shame.
And second of all,
what a shame.
You guys comment. I get the driver needs entertainment.
Yes, you do. That's the whole point.
But growing up, that's not what happened in my household. Especially if it's a long drive, like 9 hours. And we agreed.
Nope.
We agreed that we were going to split it up so the other person's going to sleep while the other person is driving.
I get that. So go to sleep after hour 1. You know, give me some type of.
No, I was recharging.
No, it was.
I was being Mario.
It was like.
It's my turn to drive.
12:30 in the afternoon.
Oh goodness gracious!
And you went straight to sleep.
All right.
But hold on. Let me finish.
Cutting you off.
Then on the way back,
Uh-huh.
after you slept, because I drove pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you get home, you're ready to sleep. What happened to all the recharging?
Because I couldn't sleep very well because the window kept going.
That's what she said.
It was too much.
Yeah,
sir.
I don't know. I don't buy it.
All right. I'm so excited about our guest.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about our guest.
Who is it?
It is none other than a very good friend of ours. Mm-hmm. She is an astrologer.
Nice.
And a life coach.
Nice.
And you're going to see why when you listen to her talk.
Weird.
You're going to see why. And she's coming to the show right now. Give it up for Claudia Del Cid. Claudia Del Cid. Let's
I love kimchi. I love kimchi. I love kimchi. Love kimchi. Come on. I love kimchi. I love kimchi.
See, I told you she would be coming in dancing.
Coming in hot.
How could you not dance to that? You like, if you can't dance or do something weird or funny or silly or stupid to that, I don't know what to tell you.
We gotta fire a manager. We gotta hire Claudia.
Exactly. So I'm sitting here listening to you guys, and I gotta tell you, I could just sit here all day and just listen. I mean, you guys, but marriage court is adjourned now. Okay.
Yeah, no. The wife wins. I love how he thinks he has a chance.
I think it has some valid points. Definitely have a valid point.
You both have valid points, and it's hard for me because, you know,
you're biased.
It's hard for me.
That's why I love you.
You know, like, I want to sleep, and it's hard. When you, listen, if your marriage can go through a long-ass trip like this, you're in good shape. Because you learn a lot about people when you travel with them. You guys have done that a lot. Like
either
a lot.
Either you leave them there or you come back together. It's not gonna be both. It's
that and like, you know, when you're sick, when one of you is sick, that's another level of like, oh yeah, this is commitment, all right.
You see the life coaching? You see how she just slides it in there?
Angela's pretty good.
I'm already gaining so much from this.
Well, it's so good to see you both.
I know.
I'm very excited. I'm really excited, Mike. It's so good to see you.
Oh, thank you. No one ever thanks me for being here.
Well,
no one says I'm excited to see Mike. Thank you.
He's excited to see you.
Awesome.
He is. I know he is. I know he means it. Yeah, but no, it's really good to see you both. You guys are doing so good. I am like so like.
Oh, nice.
Well, let me tell you, I'm looking at a certain, you know, chart in front of me, and I've got some good stuff to tell you both.
Oh,
we are going to get to that. I can't wait. But we had some questions. I had some questions because I'm sure a lot of people do have questions also when it comes to astrology. Like, obviously, talking to you, I don't feel like I'm talking to the devil. So, what is the difference?
That's so dark.
No, I'm saying like spirits. Like, you know those people who are like,
oh, yeah.
Okay, now I will tell you your future. I'm like, oh my gosh. Green. Yeah, your favorite.
Right.
How did you know it was red? No. So, my first question was, what's the difference between an astrologer and a psychic?
So, it's a really good question because I think a lot of people think that they're kind of one and the same, but they're really not. It's
Right.
no, they're absolutely not. So a psychic has an innate ability and gift because they hear things or they see things or they feel things. And I mean, they like literally clairvoyance is something where you physically hear, tell her this, let her know this. And astrology is based on, to me, it's an interpretive art of deciphering the natal chart. So when you were born,
Right.
at the moment, like if a baby is born right this minute at Northside, there's a baby being born, I could pretty much guarantee. Okay,
Sure.
that baby comes out and it is like a stamp, a signature. The chart is a signature of that. It holds all the energies and the possibilities and the challenges and the gifts and everything that child will go through up until he or she dies. And it's very different because, to tell you the truth, astrology is not really meant to be a fortune-telling thing or like predictive. It can be, but that's like me saying, all right, guys, you're going to get in a car and you're going to go to drive to Missouri. Well, there's a lot of things that can happen. I could say, all right, on Friday, tomorrow you're going to get in the car and drive there. But, if the weather, if, I don't know, one of you if something happens to the dog, anything can happen. And just, we are not in control of anything, but we think we are, right?
Of course.
Because we're so egotistical as human beings. Like we think it's just all about me. I know this spiritual teacher, and it's the funniest thing when you think about it. He goes, so let me just ask you, there's like this whole universe with planets spinning around the galaxy and all this is happening and the planets are growing and volcanoes and everything. And you just think that everything is about you. And like, and it's true. We all think, oh, my life, and I got to do this, and it's so, because human beings are just made like that. We are very like egocentric, but no, it's a very different thing. So we have it's a tool, it's a tool that can tell you, hey, Angela, it's very likely that, you might be an artist, or you might like to work with numbers, or you may, but I'm not going to be able to tell you because you are the only one that can really decide. I do like numbers, but I can't say that I could make that a career. Like ultimately, you decide. But I could tell you, hey, you know what? It is really, really, it's thundering. There's high wind and the clouds are really dark. So what would you think? Oh, I better get an umbrella, or, oh, shoot, it's going to rain, or I better, postpone my trip. But none of us really know, is it really going to rain? Not even the weatherman. Let's get it.
Right.
So then how did you get started in astrology and life coaching? Because you're kind of doing the whole package. It's not just astrology. It's like, your chart is like this, so let me tell you how to.
Tell
you how to.
Sneak that in there. Well,
bring you back.
I went through a really, really, I've always been into it, but since I was very, very young, but I didn't get serious about it until I got a divorce about 11 years ago, and it changed everything. And it just made me really ask a lot of questions. And I realized there was a lot. How come I can look at your chart and say, wow, if you are a Libra, then you're likely like this. And if your moon is like this, I thought, that's crazy. What is it about this? This is very, very, it just intrigued me, and it still does. I'm obsessed with it. Like I could be like literally falling asleep in the bed, like falling asleep, and I can't stop reading. Like I'm just obsessed.
It's fascinated.
It's kind of a sickness. And the life coaching,
a passion.
Yeah. Kind of like how you guys are. This is your sickness. It's great.
Yeah. I'm definitely sick of it.
Yeah. Angela's a part of it.
We're so happy. We're so happy.
See
we love
Thursday.
We can't help it. We have to be here. Well, you were talking about natal charts. What information do you need from, let's say, a new client or someone you're reading about to look up their natal charts?
So everybody has a natal chart, but a lot of parents don't remember when their children were born, because it matters. If you're born at 4:58 p.m., that can change everything. If you were born at 4:48 p.m. or 5:58 or whatever. So you need the birth date.
Exact
and you need
time.
the town and the exact time. If you don't have the exact time, we can still get a lot of information for you, but it's not going to be as accurate because your rising sign is kind of like it's like this. If I said, there's a lot of road trip analogies tonight. If I said, we're going to go to New York, well, we start here in Georgia. We can take different ways to get there, and it can take us 10 hours. It could take us 40 hours. It could take, depending on the route we take. And so that's like your chart, like your rising sign, meaning if you have the time of birth, then we can get more accurate about what's going on with you. And most hospitals do the time of birth. It's usually on your birth certificate, but not all of them. I don't know why. I don't know why that is.
I hope mine is correct, because I'm pretty sure my doctor was smoking a cigarette. The nurses were having some beer.
It's probably 2:30.
That kind of sounds about like right. Like I could see that.
Push. You know, Carmen C. Williams is, commented, humans can be too much in the third dimension sometimes. The ego gets in the way. Claudia, you have to meet Carmen one day. Like, she's a good friend. You'll love her. You'll love her.
She's good
Her
people.
energy, oh my gosh, you'll love her.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Oh my God, but then it might be a problem because you like to laugh and she likes to laugh and you guys won't get a word in between.
It'll be just the whole freaking laughter.
And then it'll
third
be
dimension sort of
it'll be
weirdness.
Mike with a mic, and he'll just be like recording the laughter.
and then he'll come along with the that's what she said.
Yeah, right. Okay, so then when you're reading someone's natal chart and you have bad news, how do you give it to them? I understand, probably gently. You have a very great way of saying, things, but
that's also a very, very, very good question because in my book, there is no bad news to deliver. Now, if you get hit by a car, yes, of course, that's not good. That's not a good piece of information. I wouldn't tell you get hit by a car because I can't actually know that you're going to get hit by a car. Like, for example, right now, today, I have a transit going on with me where I know that I have to be very careful while I'm driving, while I'm walking. Like, I could fall. It's very volatile energy, and the last time this happened, I looked back at it. I had fallen on my face and I got a black eye. And that's how a lot of times you learn astrology, because you go, oh, what happened then?
let me go back. Let me see what
check the book.
I know.
I knew I shouldn't have been walking that day.
Yeah. I know, it sounds ridiculous, right? But
stay home.
Staying positive is always something that, and I don't mean in a Pollyanna way, like nothing really for me is by accident, because everything is trying to, even it has to shake us. And sometimes we need to be shaken up because we're not listening, because we're not really aware and conscious in our own lives. So, I believe that everybody has these little whispers, and they go, hey, I got to do that thing. And why am I not doing that thing? Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing that thing. And you don't do the thing. Well, eventually that whisper gets louder and louder and louder. It may not come in the form of a whisper, but it may come in a form of like, boom. Like, you got to pay attention to
you got to do it. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've had that for sure. I think we all probably have. We don't think about it consciously like that. We just go, well, shit, what happened? Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why we love this show. You can be yourself. We're so silly that the amount of silliness that you guys bring won't be enough. So you're like, you'll feel comfortable. No, I get it. I got it.
But
I got it. She's like a sister to me. I got it. And that little voice, you better stop making it, because it's usually Mike going, do the dishes. And then, it hits you like bam.
And then
it's
bam.
him making all that noise, putting the dishes in the dishwasher.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
I whisper when you're falling asleep. So think about it. You know
guy.
what? I should wash the dishes.
So
Yes.
then it's basically kind of like to dumb it down, right? It's like a weather report. Like you can tell them, hey, it
It's a
might
weather
rain.
report.
Yeah, yeah. You
But
could just be careful or just think
exactly.
positive,
You
radiate
can't
positive
dumb
energy.
down what she's doing.
No,
It's
I'm saying for the
weather.
layman like me.
So one good way of looking at it, that is a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But to me, it's like the universe, God, source energy, whoever that you believe in it. I may call it God. You may call it something else. You may call it Mother Nature, whatever. It's a soul lesson plan. Your soul wants to evolve into the fullest form of itself. Like you need to be all of the Angela you can be, and Mike needs to be all of the Mike-ness that he has in him and his pure essence.
I love it. I like it. I'm gonna start saying that to myself.
You be all the Mike you can be.
I need to be all the Mike I can be. Damn it!
Right?
So
it's like
true.
watch animals and children. They don't think, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, blah, blah. They just are. They don't care because we're like so conditioned with BS and fear, right? Like that we all get programmed when we're younger. I shouldn't have done that because made that person feel this way. And if I do that, then all of a sudden we're all in
society,
our heads.
doesn't think that's good.
It's a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
But you think anybody is really? I mean, you were here. It's no accident that you're here and that you are exactly how you're supposed to be, except we unlearn that. Like, so that's why I learn a lot from watching kids. Like if you go to a playground, they are so honest. They don't and they don't judge, and they're just so honest, and we're the ones that put the crap on them.
Oh my gosh, can I tell you?
I had a kid call me fat. I was like, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
I was like, you're
Claudia.
4 years old, buddy.
My chubby, fat foot's gonna kick you.
You little chubby bastard. Where's your father at?
Claudia,
anyway,
can I tell you? So then I've realized that more as we've gotten older and we don't have our own kids, but we love our friends' kids. And I noticed more than anything, like parents, I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong, but they're trying so hard to not bother other people with their kids, whether their kids are rambunctious or whether they're posting a lot of pictures online. And I'm like, I enjoy all your pictures, and I'm so happy that your kids are growing so fast. I always, say the same joke, like, oh my God, they're like cats. Like they grow so fast. But
yes.
Goodness, these things.
Just like that.
yeah, just like cats, right?
Yeah, it's uncanny.
Yeah.
Close.
No, and I feel so bad, like when they're like, they come over and they try to touch things and the parents like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And I feel so bad, but it is.
Parents put like, all our parents and the world puts like, you're supposed to. You're supposed to get married. You're supposed to want this. You're supposed to not do that. And you're supposed to act. So we weren't really designed to, I mean, there is an expression of you. Angela you can't help it. So
I can't.
Angela, no, I know you can't.
I can't.
And that's a good thing. You should help.
Speaking facts now. Now we're talking. Continue.
So, like, you can't help it, right? Now there are things that you are here to learn, and your chart is going to show you that. Your chart is going to say, yeah, you probably have issues around. I don't know. I'll use somebody's chart, not yours, like boundaries or standing up for yourself
or communication or conflict.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I always look at, because all of us are born with certain gifts. There are certain things that just come easy. Look at what you guys are doing. You think other people, I know everybody seems to have this social media thing going on. You have an innate gift that is just like, it's just coming out of you, both of you. And that's part of why you're here, and who knows where it'll take you. But not everybody has that. Not everybody has that. And that's something that you really do need to celebrate and be completely fearless about. It's easy for me to say because I'm not you, but as the time goes on,
sometimes in the hearts.
It's so important, because what happens is you actually help other people by being more yourselves.
I do feel that way, and that's why I love comedy so much, because when the other person is laughing, there is no greater joy for me in this world than someone just laughing at a joke or just being so happy, because I know in that moment when they're laughing at something I did, they're not thinking about anything else. They're not thinking about the debt they're in, whoever they lost, you know, whatever the case may be, the issues that they're having at work. They're not thinking about anything else. All they're thinking about at that moment is, wow, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Yes.
So that's what brings me so much joy. And
that was a great answer.
But you see how Claudia hasn't even read our natal charts, and she's already, the life coaching is so smooth. I don't even know what's happening. I'm just like, yes.
I already feel like I'm gonna be better.
I'm gonna be the most Angela on this.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what? Be like a cat. You think a cat gives a shit? They don't. They're like, I'm a cat and I love it. And if you can't handle it and if you can't deal with it, that is obviously your problem.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, because I think and we learn from each other. We totally learn from each other. So I don't look at it as bad news. I look at it as, okay, let me tell you, you may have this come up next year. Here's what you can do about it, because you can't control what's going to happen to you. Right. You can control how you respond to it. So that's the only thing you can do. If you were to, I don't know, if you guys decided, oh, this isn't working out anymore, well, you could either have a nervous breakdown, you could go, your separate ways, you could have this venomous bitterness about you, or you can go, you know what, that maybe it is time to part ways. Like, what I'm trying to say is the worst things in life are usually they're disguised as bad, but they actually end up, look at the people that have gone through such difficult things in life. Those are the most compassionate, beautiful people, because they're so in tune with humanity. And like what it's like to be humbled and really be in pain, that none of this other shit means anything.
Either it's going to make you better or worse, because it's not always in a positive effect, right? So then my last question is, you touched on it a little bit. What do you think about natal chart readings that express positive things, and people either make an effort towards it or they just sit waiting for it to happen? Is it effort versus fate, and how does that work?
Nice.
You got some good questions.
Yeah, I wrote them.
I got you, because I know you got good answers. That's why. I know you got good answers.
And I know, Mike,
Claudia,
you were all over them. I know it was really you behind.
Mike wrote them.
Sometimes you gotta push the hand a little bit.
Yeah, everybody believes him. Everybody believes when he's, I write her jokes. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you stop? Because you're making it really seem like you do, right? Because he's so funny. So they're like, oh, that's why she's funny. I'm like, no. He didn't have the Korean mom. He didn't have.
When you're around greatness.
When you're around
greatness, you absorb that energy.
I'm about to absorb my foot up your ass.
That's funny. That's so funny. So,
effort versus fate.
This is effort. So, I think there are things that are way beyond our control, but that doesn't mean that you're still not going to do your best. Like, you're not going to quit your job and just, go to shit. You're still going to go to work and do your thing and do your best. There are things that are not going to be in the plan, but I do believe that there is absolutely free will, and there's going to be. I don't think the universe and God is a punishing God. I think you get given opportunity after opportunity to make decisions for yourself, but I don't think it's so black and white. So I do think there are things that are beyond our control, but I think we all have to put in some effort.
Right. God helps those who help themselves.
Yeah.
Nice.
You have to put in some effort. And in fact, there are certain, I won't get too technical, but Pluto, Saturn, those are very karmic planets. And so those planets in your chart will show you where you need to make the effort. And when you make the effort, and it'll come in different forms for everybody depending on what house of your chart it is, then you guess what you get? You get the reward, or you get a certain satisfaction or a certain ease. It doesn't come easily, but you still, that's part of why you're here. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. Nobody living in this life that's alive right now is having an easy time of it, because being human, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a Kardashian. I don't care who you are, because being a human being is so
special.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
But it's
unique.
It's not easy to live in a physical, like we all feel very much like I said, we're very egotistical, and we're very like in this physical plane. You know what they say? I just recently read a book. It's about the afterlife with this man's story. Up in heaven, or wherever, on the other side, they actually admire people that decide to come back and be humans again, because it's not hard being human, because there's a lot of pain involved.
Oh, it is hard.
It's hardship.
Yeah.
On the other side, there is nothing but just acceptance and love. And I know it sounds like kind of like a movie, but that's true. All those people, you've heard these stories, all these people that, die and then come back. None of them want to come back, because once you get a taste of that, you go, oh,
it's so easy here.
Hell no. Yeah. There's no way that they're going to want to come back to this. There's gravity, there's density, there's pain, there's rejection, there's growth, betrayal, and there's like, even when good things happen, it's, it's just not easy being human. But there's a reason why we're all here, and that's part of what the chart tells us is you're here to ... and everyone's is different. Everybody's is going to be different. You may, for example, you and Mike, you may go through life experiencing similar things because you're kind of traveling in the same path. So your lessons might be kind of coinciding. They're synergistic, because you're here to show him stuff and he's here to show you stuff.
Oh, I'm going to show him something.
Nice.
I'm going to show him something.
I know you are.
We have a question from one of our viewers. How do you feel about humans being so caught up in polarity, evil versus good, light versus dark, etc.? And then we'll move on to the reading. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah. So I think it's so subjective. Like, for example, depending on we all see things through our own filters. I'm seeing you through these glasses. It's like every single person walking around has these set of glasses, and they're filtered in different ways. Right. And I believe there are, evil energies, but I guess because I never really focus on them, because I truly believe that good will win in the end. Good will
so
always
positive.
win.
I
in
love
the end.
it.
Like, and I don't really, people always say, oh, you're so positive, which is great, but I really do feel this way. Like, I genuinely feel this way.
Thank you, but I really do believe in...
I appreciate it.
Oh, my goodness.
But especially nowadays, like, the world is so...
Yeah.
The world
is fucked up.
So...
It is fucked up.
Yeah, it is. It's all fucked.
So, think of... there's no better time for us to realize the goodness of all of us, because there is, I believe that, like, in the next, I don't know, 10, 20 years, like, I think the United States is going to completely change again, because we're having some activity with the specific planet. And it's,
I thought you had an insight into Congress or something. I was like,
I know a guy. Benny doesn't like the other guy. I don't know. Did you take care of it?
That's profound.
Yeah.
But it's because we have been, what's going to happen with the U.S. in the next couple of years is that we're going to have what's called a Pluto return. So Pluto in 1776. Speaking Pluto. Of July 4th, right around the corner, right? 1776, Pluto was in Capricorn, and it's traveled is it 284 years or 200 something years to the same place. And so now it's testing, how are we using our power? How are we using our power? Is it for our own benefit in a selfish manner? Is it for the good of all? Are we choosing money over humanity? Are we choosing it? It's all going to come up. And you watch, you'll see in the next 10 years, like the next generation, they're going to turn things around because there's a lot of Aquarius energy, and Aquarius is all about humanity, which brings me to your chart reading, because you have a very strong Aquarius reading. You see how I did that? We should take the show on the road.
We're going to go. We're going on tour. You, me, and the engineer. Let's do it. So smooth. But you're going to, you know what, Claudia? But you're going to have to work on your attitude. It's so negative.
I know.
If you can just a little bit, just a little, pretend.
Pick up the energy a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Is my lighter?
Smile a little bit, you know. Simple things. We don't ask for too much.
Oh man.
So what's going on?
You've got
some... I'm gonna get my pen, because in case you feel, 5 numbers and a very special extra number, I'm gonna write it down. Mike, you got a pen?
Yes. So
yeah, I'm recording this. So I'll know.
Well, okay. Let's start with I think for you, I'd like to go over the transits. I mean, we can go over your chart, but we can go over your chart anytime. I do want to say, and I've looked at your chart before, and you're a sun in Libra, right? So what is Libra about? What do you know about Libra?
Balance. We're all balanced. All about balance and fairness, and seeing the situation for what it is from all around 360, and very indecisive.
And you like to be right.
Okay, no,
you like to argue.
That's just all wives.
That's just I was going to say that's a wife thing.
Yeah, that's a wife thing. It's not.
That's funny.
You're adorable.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
So Libra, yes, everything you said is correct. But Libra is also a very relational planet. So Libra wants to, you can be very social and very much, you can do relationships one-on-one, or just very sociable in terms of understanding what it is to have relationships, and all kinds of relationships, like your neighbor, your father-in-law, you're this, you're that, you're anybody, because Libra is very aware of you and me. Who am I when I'm with you? And how do we do this dance? Usually they're very dynamic. They're very Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Cancer. They're called the cardinal signs. So they're activity prone. They're like, let's do it. Let's go.
Nice.
And
I'm one of those.
Because he's Capricorn, so he's like, oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, totally.
He just comes in and then he's like, okay.
That's me. That's me.
Listen, the Capricorns are going through a freaking evolution. So Mike, you're being evolutionized. You are.
I need to shed the skin. I need a new skin. Papa needs a new skin.
Yeah, and you're getting it. It's a beautiful thing. We'll have to talk about that.
You're welcome. It's all because of it. Behind every good man,
exactly,
is a good lawyer.
So your moon sign is also very important. Moon in Taurus, that's you. And Taurus, if you know anything about them, they're very solid. So
wait, me or him?
You, Angie.
Me. Okay.
So Moon in Taurus is actually the best place for the moon. So you have a really good moon. Now,
nice.
I hate to say, I really do hate to say, oh, your moon is, crappy and yours is better. But it just happens to be that the moon likes to be in certain signs. It finds comfort. That the moon is how you are emotionally inside yourself. When you go to bed at night, what is it like to be in your emotional body and just being your internal self? Well, the Taurus moon likes comfort. You like stability. You want to be secure. Stability. Yeah, you want to be secure, and you're a very grounded person that really likes that financial stability, knowing, you know, that you've got money in the bank and that you know that your family's taken care of and that, you know, your friends are good and, you know, you're just really good people. And you like to eat.
She does.
I love to eat. You know how I make sure my friends are okay financially? I just get richer friends. If they're doing better than me, I don't have to worry. I swear, I wish that was a joke, but my LinkedIn connections are so embarrassing.
Oh my God.
All of them are doing better than me.
Who, Angela? Yeah, I know her.
Yeah.
So
I talked to her
She's the
once.
clerk.
But
I'm the CEO of a bank.
Now, you said she loves to eat. She is a foodie. She likes to try a lot of different foods and stuff.
You do, and I know the Taurus energy because I'm a Taurus rising, and I completely get it. And you are just you know, you want good for everybody. You really do. You know,
I
you
do.
just
I really do.
I know.
Yeah. I believe in community. I believe in helping your fellow man because a lot of people talk about, and I'm not going to get political, but a lot of people talk. No, but it's going to sound like it. That's why I'm saying I'm not going to get political, but people talk about, oh, I'm a patriot. I'm a patriot. Well, where's the patriotism of thinking about your fellow man? I feel like that's true patriotism, not just you want to fight, you know, for your own right. It's about your fellow man. But okay, I'm sorry.
You need a suit and tie with that one.
It's true.
I need a cigarette.
Taurus is I know. It is a good moon, and it's an Earth moon. So that's, again, think about the Earth. Think about, I am here to feel myself, like the physicality of life is also important to you. Like you like beautiful things and you appreciate fine things.
Oh, I do.
Oh yeah,
subconsciously.
Don't encourage her.
Yeah.
I like this one.
This rice cooker is the best.
Literally.
Well, do you either one of you know what a rising sign is?
No, I don't. I hear it all the time. I don't know any of the terms, like Pluto is in your Mercury. It just sounds so volatile, like
don't worry about
invasive.
it. I just wanted to. So there's basically rising what they call the three. It's a pillar. So it's your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. And your rising sign is essentially. Remember how I said we're gonna take a trip from here to New York? We're gonna start in Atlanta. We're gonna go to New York. Your rising sign is the Atlanta. So it starts off your chart. And that matters because if you started off in California to go to New York, that's a whole different trip. Right. You're going to see a whole different landscape and it's different. So it's really important because that's also the personality you take on. Like the outer, when I see you, do I see Libra? A little bit, not so much. I see more of the Aquarius, and you're an Aquarius rising. So let's talk about Aquarius.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, Aquarius is all about, it's kind of funny you just said community. Aquarius is all about community, all about being social, being doing good for the whole, and being very connected to your friends. Your friends are very important. Eventually in your life, you're going to see, and in fact, it's not going to be too long now, where you're going to see you're going to have a higher degree of your friendships are going to turn more into you're going to join this association, or you're going to this bigger group, or you're going to be part of this community, because you're going to be expanding, and your life is going to be expanding in the next 4 years. You're not even going to recognize yourself because you're going to get very serious about your life direction. And what? In what way? You're going to work your ass off way more because you're going to have to. Yeah. And that's fine. You're not somebody that's afraid of that. Yeah, I mean, we know that. But that moon in Taurus is a hard worker. So Saturn in Aquarius, Saturn is going through your first house. It's very likely that you could lose weight. It's very likely that...
Yes! That's all I needed. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I wanted. Yes! Let's do it!
Were you talking to me at all? gained the COVID 20. I got 20 pounds extra. It's killing me.
Oh my gosh, I'm dead.
It's true though. Like if you put now, I hate to say this, you might have to put a little effort into it. But
see, thank you for being on the show. Now cut her off. See, I knew. Yeah,
no,
I definitely need to put in
you
the
actually
effort. Where
really
I live, yes.
could. You actually really could just actually, if Jupiter's in your first house, which it's not for you, you could gain weight even if you don't eat. Saturn is going through your first house. You could lose weight. Now, it's always good if you do it in a healthy way.
Right.
But it's also, you might have a lot of like nervous energy in the next few years.
Ooh, that's not good.
No, but it depends on how you channel that, right?
Like it could keep me on my toes in a good way.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
I'm saying, like, people think nervous is bad, but it's not always.
Right. For you, I think, because you don't really have that much air that I would be concerned about. Air signs make you like buzz, almost like, oh.
I see.
That's not you. So I wouldn't be concerned. It'll give you a little jolt. And that can be healthy. So you're also going to, your work is going to expand. You also have a very high likelihood in the next year of having a lot more financial opportunities.
That'd be great.
Yeah. And they're coming. It's still not here. I'm not saying that you can't have them right now. I'm just saying at the end of the year, through the following year, you're going to have a lot more opportunity. And I
got to do it.
And you got to,
money.
And they were going to probably come through your friends or some sort of group. The opportunities are going to probably come through a friendship or a group or some sort of, it's a social thing where you're going to have, somebody's going to say, hey, I know this. I mean, I know that it's very likely, but it's like written here. Remember, I don't know if you remember, I talked to you a long time ago about like your North Node. You don't remember. I can tell. Okay,
I don't remember.
Wait,
darn it. I'm trying to.
You don't have this written down?
Can I just say, I feel like my friends are my wealth. Is that why?
Oh, that's adorable.
My heart.
Everybody subscribe. My Cash App is no.
I'll give my Cash App. I have no problem. No shame over here.
Come on, friends. Come through.
I'll type it in the comments.
Come through, friends. $5, $10
it's gonna be one of those things that somebody's gonna say, well, I have a friend and she and her husband do this thing, and it's watch your life, because so what I'm trying to say is keep doing what you're doing, whatever it is that you put your mind to right now, and you have to work. So when you feel like, I don't really want to, I actually have something similar going on right now, and I've been very unmotivated lately. Very. And the truth is, this is the time that I have to work, because I know what's happening. I have to work my ass off right now. And I feel like I'm going through some other stuff, so it's been distracting me physically. But the truth is, I know that if I put the work in now, I'm going to see the results. So what's going on with you in 12 years, you're going to be like, oh, shoot. That's when that started, and that's when that happened, because you're planting the seeds very strongly in the next year.
Wow.
So I would focus on what you want to do. And remember, we talked about your North Node being in Gemini. So that Gemini was activated this past year, and it's going to continue for the rest of the year until I believe it's early February 2022.
What does that mean, though? North Node, Gemini. So what does that mean?
Your soul, your purpose, that is all about what your soul wants to grow into, to be the most Angela-ness.
Yes.
Nice.
Angela than the Angelist Angela. Yes.
So
the most.
Learn about the sign of Gemini. Gemini's it's very light, it's very funny, it's very like it's funny, it's expressive, it's very smart, very
likes
mercurial.
A good time.
Definitely likes a good time.
Likes to party.
And it's in your 5th house of entertainment. So I'm like,
let's go.
Talk about this is this is not, I mean, I remember the first time when I saw that, you were on my couch and I was like, oh my God. And you actually brought up comedy to me at that point, and I thought, whoa, that's crazy because you have the perfect chart for that. And the it's been activated this past year. It's going to continue to be. And then throughout the next year, we're probably going to have some sort of movement around your home. I don't know, like some sort of movement around your home, or perhaps traveling, but not like going to Brazil or Portugal, perhaps more in the U.S., but
national, not international.
Right. And
local.
More local. But think about that, because I feel like that's tied to your North Node. So local travel, like basically what you're doing right now is you're building a network. And I feel like it's almost like it's like you're building that foundation, and it's gonna, you just keep what you're doing. The path is getting clearer for you. That's how I feel like when I look at this, and it's getting more and more defined. And the things that really they're not, I hate to say this expression because I hate when people use it, but things that don't serve you, right? But the things that are weighing you down, it could be this relationship with this friend. It could be this, I don't know, whatever. It could be a belief. It could be a belief that you have that's like, oh, I don't think I can do that because, I didn't go to school for that or something. Screw that. Those are all weighing you down. And I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. What I'm saying is this is a chance for you to like look internally and go, why do I do that? Why do I do that? Because that's bullshit. That's not true. That's just your own
boundaries. Like question your boundaries of comfortness and just burst through them. Got you.
Nice. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just
Nike.
do it.
Yeah.
Oh, are we?
Plug.
Nike, please send my husband stuff.
Please, I need
I'm going
the new
broke.
Jordans. Those new Jordans coming out.
No, I don't have any more money for Jordans.
Well, I told you I could sell some and buy the other ones. So profit. Playing with house money now.
I could see a rising in your house.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Your ass.
Is it positive?
It's gonna be my foot up your ass.
It's gonna be something. Foot. It's gonna be so solid.
It's coming on the Pluto.
It's coming on the Pluto. Oh my God, you guys kill me. So
I try. We try.
There is another thing what was I going to talk to you about? Oh yeah, this is another thing that came up for me when I looked at your chart. Was Pluto is, speaking of Pluto is dismantling, and it's literally taking out the trash of your subconscious. So you need to, what I just said, I mean it, because what's going to happen is you're going to have such a strong change in the next few years where you are literally going to be transforming. But first you have to transform here. And then it's going to show out in the world, because it's like a coming out party in the next, this is going to happen through what year is this? 21 through 2024. And it's very likely, and it's actually really beautiful, because Mike has a late degree Pluto. So it's like you're actually doing this together.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. And you're going to have such a strong change that you're kind of being set up. You're kind of being set up for, like, your mind needs to let go of a lot of BS that you've believed about yourself. And so when you go into the subconscious, which is where it all starts, the beliefs that we have about ourselves, it really is just a thought that we thought over and over and over, and we believed it.
Because we brainwashed ourselves.
Yeah. Society, our parents, some experience we had brainwashed us, and we believe that that's true now. But it's not true. It's only true because you believed it. I was going through a really weird phase where I was getting really scared to go on airplanes. And like very nervous, very scared, and I felt so trapped. And I had to do this Pluto thing to myself, like, so the only thing that's different is that I believe that I'm trapped. But how many times have I done this? I've done this many times. And all that's different is that I am thinking a thought and I'm believing that thought, that it's real, that I'm trapped in this airplane. How come it was not like that before? Because I wasn't having that thought before. The 6 months before that, where I got in an airplane. You see what I'm saying? I know it sounds kind of almost silly. We really just, we freaking make it up. And then we think it's real. Then we think it's real. But it blocks us. And the only thing that blocks us is ourselves. So there's a lot of movement around your home. There could potentially be some move around, well, your actual home, but also...
I was going to ask you that, actually. I was going to say, well...
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were looking at property.
Yeah.
Literally sent me one today.
Literally sent him a listing today, but I know the housing market is kind of crazy right now, so we're not crazy about it, but I don't know what it is, Claudia, and I'm not being like, I don't want to seem narcissistic or egotistical, you know, but I just feel like I've just been feeling this way where I'm just meant to, I don't want to say meant for bigger things. I mean more like meant for a bigger service in life. Like even if it's through my comedy, something like that, to really bring, because I know the joy that I felt growing up, you know, watching Mel Brooks movies, Spaceballs and Police Academy and, you know, like Eddie Murphy Raw and, you know, all of those and Robin Williams early stand-up, you know, and the joy it brought me, I'm like, I need to do that for others. I need to pay that forward. And so I don't know why I just keep feeling like something just bigger is going to happen. And I feel like I need to do the work to be able to accept that in a way, to be able to join that.
Nice.
Right. So that's great, because none of that seems silly to me at all. It makes a lot of sense, because I know some about you, but you have to, what you want to do when you have something like that. I did this with myself today. I'm like, okay, so this is a game you guys should all play with yourselves. Go like this. Oh, did you hear about pause? And you're going to go,
we're fine the way we know how to play with ourselves. Can you tell us more about this chart? And life coaching.
You want to play a game?
I set myself up there. But
I'm sorry.
Do I'm like sorry. This. Go, hey, this is somebody else is talking about you in 10 years, in 5 years. And you go, hey, did you hear about Angela? Yeah, she's got her own show on this network, or blah, blah, blah. What life do you want to create for yourself? What is that? It could be that you just want to live in the country and grow your own plants and whatever it is for yourself. There's whatever that is. Nice. You are now building that world so that you can make that happen. And I did it with myself today. I go, oh, yeah, that's not going to happen if I keep doing this and this and this and this. I mean, you know, nobody has it right just because, you know, I can look at your chart, or because of the code. Like, I struggle just the same as everybody else, believe me. Right. But what are you doing today that is preparing you for that? And I don't mean just practically. Like, if you're going to move into a new house, how do you feel when there's a bunch of shit in that house? You got to get that crap out so you can move your stuff in. So you have to, if you say, hey, did you hear about Angela? So feel what that feels like. How does it feel when you talk about that future Mike, that future Angela? What are you going to be doing? And actually visualize it and actually feel it. Feel what it feels to have the money, to have the house, to have the relationships, to be of service, because that's building momentum for yourself. It's a manifestation thing, but it's building momentum for yourself. And the most important thing you can do, I mean, I know you all know this, is being grateful.
Yes.
Yep.
So has changed my life. I feel like when I started to become grateful, that's when the blessings started to happen, like with Mike. With just living my life.
Oh, stop
I
it.
feel like what you're saying is that, when you build a puzzle and you do the borders first, that's the 5-10 years ahead. But you gotta build inside the puzzle. I'm killing it with these analogies.
Oh, you good.
I know.
She good.
Yeah. You got a little something going on there. Yes,
hopefully
I like
hopefully it's a 10-piece puzzle. It's just one piece
like
and I'm done.
Like first graders.
Yeah. Not a 5 billion piece puzzle. I don't even got the border.
It's a puppy.
Yeah. So this is a setup, and this is going to be a time where you're going to look back and you're going to go, yeah, that's when all that started for me. You're going to have to, now you're like plowing the soil so that you can start really putting the seeds. You've already started actually planting the seeds, but you have to actually, what Pluto is asking of you, and Pluto is the most powerful planet in our chart. It's the smallest. So the further out a planet is, the stronger it is. Right. Venus, Mars, Mercury, those are all what they call personal planets, and they affect us for like a week, for a month, for a couple, like those strong ones, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, those are the life-changing ones. Those are the ones that are going to, like, all of a sudden you live in Japan, or all of a sudden you got this new job, or all of a sudden you got fired, or all of a sudden they're life changers, but they're because you're not really living what you're supposed to be living. So
the fullest.
Nice. The fullest Angela-ness and Mike-ness.
Oh my gosh, I feel so motivated right now.
I want to go run.
I want to run.
Miles.
I literally said the same thing.
I
want to go run.
I want to bench press 500 pounds, like right now. No stretch.
On my skin.
Fantastic. I'm motivated for you. So do you want to look at you both?
Yes, please. Yes. Oh, well, one personal thing about me. When am I gonna meet? My soulmate.
Wow.
Oh.
I also have a question. When will I be happy? We need to know.
See, I wasn't worried, Claudia. You knew. You already knew.
That's what we want to know.
No, Mike is the love of my life.
Oh yeah, whatever she said.
What do you mean? Well, hold on. I don't think that's a good starter word. Hold on a second, Claudia. Now you're going to get me in trouble.
I was going to say to Mike, well, I think you could be happy today. I think you are happy. I think you're being really set up, and we'll talk about this privately, Mike, but there's a lot of stuff that we need to look at with yours. But I wanted to take a look at you guys as a couple.
Yes.
Are you into that?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like
so remember,
because we're working together now. Like, it's become more and more. We are more involved in the business aspect of things, and that's just been growing.
The creative process.
It all started because during furlough, during 2020, Mike started. I mean, he has a degree in audio engineering, but then during furlough, he started taking all these classes in video. So then now I'm like, hey, let's build something. Let's do something with that. And we've just been, that's why we've been doing more and more and more. And we both love what we do. Things that I'm strong in, I do, and things that he's strong in, he does. And then it just kind of fits together. Like, I'll coordinate this and that. And
let her talk already. Angela, I'm sorry. Is that in the chart that Angela just starts talking? She's about to read the chart and you're like, let me tell you everything.
You know what? Just send me the chart. Let me tell you. Let me tell myself. So our business relationship.
Well, there's a reason why you're doing what you're doing, because you can talk.
I can't shut up. That's the problem. It's not the talking. I just can't shut
It's definitely not the talking, but that's your Angela-ness. We're gonna make T-shirts.
Yeah,
that sounds like a plan
Angela-ness.
right there.
Bring out your Angela-ness.
Exactly.
That would sell out.
So remember, there's so much to this. Like, we could talk for hours and hours. I didn't even really touch on your chart. Like that's how simple. That's how way more there is to talk about.
Wow.
But let's go back to let's go to yours as a couple. The first thing that just like really jumped out at me is you have the moon in the third house of communication. So basically there is going to be there's a level of synergy and communication is strong in your relationship. So when I talk about this, remember, this is the energy that you both create together. It's like you had an energetic baby, and that is the relationship. And so you bring certain things to it, Mike. Angie brings certain things to it, and together you make this, which is going to be forever while you're together. This is going to be the energy. So it's not. I'm not saying it's all going to be wonderful because nobody has a perfect relationship. But one of the themes that I'm seeing is there's a lot of activity. Number one, around like being very exterior, very external into the world, like being well known in the world. Like you're not the kind of couple that's like, gonna move to the country and really have a neighbor that's 3 miles down the road because you're just so private and you like your quiet time. That's not, I mean, we kind of assumed that already, right? We know enough about you.
Yes, a little bit.
There's a lot of the communication and which is, the third house is all about business. It's commerce, it's communication. It's anything where you are literally exchanging goods with someone, and that good can be a show like this one. It can be entertainment. It could be friendships. It could be, it's a very like networking sort of thing. And it's in Taurus, which is kind of nice because again, that's a really good moon. That's a very good moon as I said before with yours. That's a coincidence, by the way, that has nothing to do with the fact that your moon is in Taurus, but that's a very solid place for it. And that's also one that's going to have a lot of stability. Like, so your relationship together has a lot of stability, and it could be financial stability either now or in the future, but there will be a sense of just solidness about both of you working together. And that's really wonderful to see because I don't know, I don't really look at couples charts too much, but when a lot of times when I look at charts for couples, it's not quite this nice. So you guys are very lucky. I'll just say it honestly.
And then how would you read like a negative? Ooh,
it's a bit dark.
You guys shouldn't be together.
Well,
like, oops.
What are you guys about to do?
I'll tell you what. How do you feel? I mean, it's not that, I don't need a chart for that. Like, but but there are things that within a couple there are things that Angie brings out in you, Mike, and then vice versa. And it's going to test you. It's going to push your limits, like where you need to grow, like where you still need some area in your development, in your understanding of yourself, that Angie's basically going to show a mirror to it and go, yeah, this is it. You got to work on this. And you're doing, and you do the same thing for,
I got it.
She does it.
I got it.
And you do the same for her.
Yeah.
She may not say it, but there are things that that is actually the purpose of a couple. To me, is a spiritual assignment. To me, is that person is there to help you grow, and you do this, and you do the growing together. You do the growing, hopefully in parallel together. If you don't, well, maybe the relationship is really not good for both of you. If it's not good for one, it's not good for both, because that's what a couple is. Like,
two.
You can't.
Two. It's not just one. It's two.
I can't with you.
A couple of people.
I'm sorry. I apologize on his behalf. He'll test your limits too.
I'm just saying, like a couple.
Everybody's limits, huh?
But there's a lot of.
What did I say about talking?
A very big.
I'm sorry.
You guys should have like a sign when you lift up. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
No.
I have the pen.
I have the
pen. So I was wondering.
There's also there's a very sense of big dynamic. There's a like vitality and like sizzle, and that's good. That
sounds sexy.
Mm-hmm.
She be sizzling.
Yeah, no, it is like you have now with that. So this is like you just said. What if it's not a good couple, or what? No couples are going to be perfect, but
right,
like what I just said. So that sizzle, that sense of vitality and dynamic energy that you both have when you're together, or you build a life together, that could also get out of hand. Ooh. So that's an example of like, oh, maybe we have to be conscious of that. Because I don't know, let's just say that you started your business, you're doing your thing, and all of a sudden you're spending a lot of time in Vegas and you're just there all the time, and you're like, well, you're always gambling and you're always doing this. That's an example of like, you just blew like all the money in the bank. And what about the money you had saved for the business? Or what about your life like back home? Or what, like you're just going to kind of just throw caution to the wind.
Gotcha.
And that's an example of overdoing it. Overdoing that dynamic energy. Yeah, gotcha. Vegas is dynamic for sure, but there could be too much of that. But overall, like there's nothing that's really like, and if there was, I wouldn't tell you right now.
Ooh, see, this is what I love about Claudia.
Yeah, pull Angela to the side already.
We're gonna get a text.
Pull her to the side.
Hey, listen, I forgot to tell you.
I didn't tell you about Saturn. I'm like, what is going on? No, but business-wise, you're saying we're good.
Yes, you're gonna be probably very pleasantly surprised in the next 3 years. I don't think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised because let's face it, you're striving for something here. You're both working towards something. But that feeling that you have, Angie, is probably, it's there for a reason. And your South Node is in Sagittarius. It's a very, very intuitive placement. Like
me or him?
You.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
You say you.
So,
and that's a very
intuitive. And you don't ever, don't try to rationalize too much, because you have such a strong sense of intuition that what happens is you question it, and then you kind of because you use too much logic. Intuition is you don't use logic. It's you just feel something and you don't know why you feel it, but you just know that this is how you feel. It's there for all of us, but some of us just we trust it. So just trust it. And I know that you do. I feel like you do. And if you don't today, I could pretty much guarantee you're going to, because it's something that you're learning to develop, because it's very strong in your chart.
Because I analyze everything too much. A lot of people overthink. Well, he's always like, you overthink too much, you overthink. I'm like, do you ever think maybe you underthink? No. Like you don't, like.
Overthinks.
I do all the overthinking because you underthink, and I want us to be okay.
It's almost like I don't have to think. You think so much.
Yeah, it's like he's like, take over.
What am I thinking?
I saw something like that today. It was on Instagram, and it said something about, for once I'd like to underthink something, and I thought it was hilarious. Because it's so true. And it sounds like between the two of you, you're right in the middle there, but you probably, Angie, you need to underthink a little bit and hand it over the mic.
I do.
Now, I will say sometimes I appreciate it because she's overthinking the details. Like when we go on trips, she overthinks, she overpacks. She does a lot of overthings where I'm just like, cool, what time do I got to pull up to the airport? That's what I'm focused on.
I'm just shocked he's
she's like, what about this Airbnb, or what about this hotel? And it's like, cool, you got that covered. But she likes doing that, so let her do her thing.
Do what I like.
But do you like doing it?
I
Or do you do it because it's already something that is fallen to your role?
Oh, snap.
It's both. I like doing it because I'm good at it. But I know that if I pick this hotel with this type of rental car, with this type of location, he's going to enjoy it. Because if not, then not that I don't trust his taste. It's more like I know he's going to enjoy that he didn't have to stress about any of these things, and it's going to be all in place for him, and he's going to enjoy the vacation, and that'll make me enjoy the vacation.
That's
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Stop it.
I'm melting over here.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
that's a different show.
Different show. It's a different show.
Let's change the lights. Change the light.
So then how do you I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to you've got a very, very good chart as far as like really kind of out there in the public. Mm-hmm. And you probably remember how I said you're going to travel locally? Mm-hmm. Well, so remember, this is for the duration of your relationship. I'm not talking next year, 2 years. I'm talking the whole time you're together. There's gonna be a lot of international themes or travel. So just because it's not happening in the next couple of years doesn't mean it won't. And I know you've done that already, but I mean you're going to. It's very strong in your chart, Sagittarius, and also you're actually going to have a lot of fun. There's when I look at your chart as a couple, I actually see a lot of themes around very just fun and good time and good energy and good, like, just nothing that you go, oh my God, that like it's going to be this struggle. It's not like that at all. It just feels lighter.
Nice.
Which is
I like that.
Really, really nice. I mean, I wish you kind of knew. I wish you kind of knew like the difference, like, oh shit, like I've looked at someone like, oh my word, what do we do here?
That's where the life coaching comes in. Okay, let's put your life chart to the side for a second.
And the truth is, when that happens, and it happens, I mean, let's face it, it happens. Those two people really need to take a look at themselves, because I think people think, oh, it's the other person. Yes. But no, it's not the other person. It's usually you. I'm not, and that's all of us. No one is excluded from that, because, you know, did you guys watch, you guys should watch that show. It's Couples Therapy. It's
with the celebrities?
With the celebrities?
No, it's not celebrities. It's called, I think it's called Couples Therapy. It's on Amazon, but it was like on HBO. And anyway, it's really good. And the therapist says, you guys should watch it. It's good. The woman goes, you know, people come into my office thinking that I'm going to say, in this example, oh, Mike, you know, I think you need to work on this. But that's never really the case.
I believe it.
It's you have to work on something, and Angie, you have to work on something. It's not the other person, because remember, everything's a reflection for us. Right. So, and we do a lot of projecting, but you know, some of us do it more than others. But our relationships are a reflection of where and who we are. So. It's truly everything around you, the life you've built for yourself, your belief system, your clothing, your relationships, they're a reflection of who you are. Right. So, you know, it's easy for you to say, well, you know, my partner does this or he doesn't do that. It's easy. And the truth, you know, sometimes you're not good for each other. You're not. But it's, I guess for me, it's always in the spirit of, what are you doing to get you better? Not what does your partner need to do? I remember talking to somebody one day and she goes, well, I'm not going to see anybody until he goes. Well, I was like, well, that's a problem right there. Yeah. Because you think he's legitimately the problem. And he maybe he is, but you definitely need to you need to go, lady.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You need to get some help and kind of look at yourself. Because none of us, I mean, who does things, we all are so flawed, you know?
Right. We all
course.
come from, childhood trials and tribulations and different societal backgrounds and just different life paths where, I mean, in my previous marriage, you're lucky. First is the worst, second is the best.
Nice.
In my first, I think there was a lot of pride and there was a lot of, I'm not going to do it, you do it, or, whatever the case was. And it was just always trying to strive for who's right in the relationship.
Yeah.
But with Mike, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, he never makes me coffee, for example.
Yeah.
He never makes me coffee, so I'm just never going to buy coffee. It's not like that. It's more like I'm going to buy the best coffee. I'm going to make him the most delicious coffee. And that makes him be like, honey, can I make you a coffee? Like it's
right.
It's kind of like a effect. Every action has a reaction.
Right.
And it wasn't from a bad side. It's from a good side.
Yeah.
I love you so much. I want you to be happy. And he knows that. So then that in turn
he gives
just grows
more.
out. Right. Well, I don't know about giving more.
All right,
right?
ladies. Enough about me.
Yes.
Y'all are doing great. I don't even have to be here. Just send me the video.
You're just here for the pretty looks, Mike.
Oh my gosh, too funny. He's the face of the show. That's what, and he writes everything,
And he is.
Well, I mean,
we don't need to be here.
Right?
Oh, well, you're doing your best. You guys are doing great.
Oh my God. He's
Thank
so
you.
witty.
Thank you. I'm humbled.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Claudia. Do you see anything else in the chart, like 5 numbers and maybe a special extra number? Okay. What?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, you know what? It was nice having you on the show. It's fucking bullshit.
5.
You said 5, right? Hold on. You
Yeah,
said 5?
5. And then, wait. And then after that, 6.
6.
Okay.
6 numbers.
You know what?
You sure you wrote that down?
We got to pick 5 of those numbers.
Oh my gosh, Claudia, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
I want to,
Nice.
yes, we need to talk some more. Thank you guys for having me.
I'm cannot
so
wait
happy for you.
Oh, you are
Thank you.
so too nice. You're too nice. No, so tell everyone how they can reach you for your services.
So you want to email me or DM me or Angie. Claudia Del Cid 2020 at gmail.com. I still haven't got my website. I haven't gotten my website up, but I'm going to, I promise you, one of these days because I'm working on it. So
I'm going to put the details in the description. It's going to be Claudia Del Cid 2020 at gmail.com. Yes. Or your Instagram, which obviously is going to be in the description also. Yes. And then you could handle your private clients. You are so amazing. You guys. You have always been so right that it scares me. I've known you for about, I want to say, like over 8 or 9 years. And we talk from time to time, but every time I talk to you, it's like, dang, all that really did happen, And the sweetest thing,
we have this thing with, remember I talked about the North Node? Our North Node are opposite each other. So yours is in Gemini and my South Node is in Gemini. So that's a very complementary, like, basically I come from a place where you're going and you're going where I've been. So it's
and we'll meet in the middle?
We get each other, yes. Yes, nice. And Mike, actually, I looked at yours too, and you're actually the same North Node, which means that's a good.
Awesome.
We gotta go on tour. Hey. We gotta go on tour, the 3 of us.
Let's do it.
You can bring your Mike-ness and your Angela-ness, and I'll bring my Claudia-ness.
When I knew everything was gonna be all right with Mike, not that I didn't know, was when you said, after looking at our charts, and you were like, "Oh, Angela, even if you guys didn't end up together, you're parallel to each other, so you're always gonna be together." And I was like, "Wow, like that's deep."
Might as well, work on it or something.
Yeah.
Might as well try.
I'll keep him around.
Yeah.
Give him a chance. Go on, give him a chance, sweetheart.
Throw him a little something, I'll keep him around. Oh,
you guys are great. You're doing great. You guys are both great. Thank you for having me. Maybe we'll do it again. That'd be great.
Yes. Can you come back on the show again and just be like, yeah, remember how I told you not to get too crazy, Angela? You guys
twist my arm.
No,
I'll be back. And maybe next time. Exactly. We got to give him a little attention.
Yeah. Or give me a little nugget right now. What do I got? Should I work out tomorrow or something?
You know what? For Mike, you are this is what I wanted to okay. Oh, Mike. This is a good thing. Your North Node is going into exactly that third house, which is actually nice because it's you're gonna level up, my friend, as far as business. You're gonna level up in the next 2.5 to 3 years. And it, even if it's uncomfortable, keep doing what you're doing, because sometimes it's those things that are the hardest for us that we actually need to do, and the things we're afraid of. But one of the things that is like the most important thing going on right now, none of it, it's almost like nothing else matters, is the fact that Pluto, the most powerful planet, right? Remember I talked about Pluto, it's on your sun. Now, Pluto moves very slowly, so it's going to take like a while for it to move 1 degree. What I'm trying to say is any area that you want to change when it comes to who you are and your identity and your essence and who you are, you have to find that power within you to really express that. Anything where you feel like, oh, I should really talk to my sister or my mom or whoever about this, because you know what? You have to basically find your power right now. That's what this is telling you. And when this is over, you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe I used to be like that. Or I used to say things like that. Or I let that happen. Because this is such an empowering time. And if you work with it, meaning if you work towards really, really expressing the power that's already in you, it's going to work with you and help you. If you don't, it's going to be very frustrating in the next few years. So remember that. Please, seriously, this is so big. This is once in a lifetime type of transit. This is not going to happen again. And some people never even happen in a lifetime. Not everybody gets this. So it's really, really important that you work on, again, remember how I said, hey, remember that guy Mike? Yeah, right now he's doing this and this and this. I heard about him. He's doing this. And I saw that what is that story for you?
Hey, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I feel so strong right now. I'm shaking.
We're going to go running.
No, seriously.
We're going to go running after this. 10 miles. I could do it.
Running to the
no
Dunkin'
shoes.
Donuts.
No shoes. Krispy Kreme, honey.
I'm a Dunkin' Donut guy. Krispy Kreme.
See, this is why it doesn't
I
work.
appreciate that. I asked for a little nugget, and you gave me the most inspirational part of this
interview. Gave you a value meal.
I really, like that. Yes, I'm going to check up on you because this is that big. It's really that big.
Are we still going to stay together?
I'm ready.
Leave me for someone else. No.
So basically, I'm going to keep writing Angela's jokes.
Okay.
And they're going to get better.
What? I can't. Thank you so much, Claudia.
I can't see this.
You guys are great.
We love you so much. You're like family to us, and you've been so involved in our lives. And just you as a person, you have such a great energy. I love talking to you. Always.
I love talking to you. Obviously, we just have this easy flow.
Yeah, you are a lifelong friend.
Nice.
Yes. Well, I'm going to come back and I'm going to check up on you guys.
Then you get to work.
Best. On a yacht. You're going to be giving us our reading on a yacht.
Yeah.
I told you.
I'm going to have my own yacht.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're going to be racing together.
Yes. And you get a yacht.
You get a yacht. You get a.
Let me get the helicopter so I could come over to your yacht. I'll be there in a second. Oh, we can't do this in a separate. Yeah, there you
Mike, you got to call your helicopter Mikeness.
Oh.
Plug.
You got to print those shirts.
That is it.
Yes.
That's it. Did you
All
hear
right,
about
guys.
Mike?
Thank you so.
He's got a helicopter on the yacht.
What's that picture for you?
I am going to do that. Somebody should do that. Whoever's watching right now. Do it.
Thank you so much, Claudia, and we will have you back on the show again.
Yes.
Just thank you for everything. Thank you for your energy and just being on the show. Oh,
I love it. This
you
was so much fun.
Yeah,
thanks,
anytime.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye,
Claudia.
Have a good night.
You.
I love kimchi. I love kimchi. I love kimchi. I love kimchi. Come on.
That was so great.
Wow. I feel so motivated.
You go get your sneakers on right now.
Put
for
tomorrow morning.
No.
I am on it. Morning.
McDonald's is not that far from here. We could.
For some reason, we've been going to McDonald's after these shows. For some reason, because you don't eat lunch before a show because you don't want to have.
I'm scared of my nervous digestive system.
You don't want to have a bathroom moment some reason.
I will admit.
She's
I
like,
take precautions.
No, I can't eat 17 hours before something.
That day, I'm not having Taco Bell. As delicious as it is.
Taco Bell's trash. Don't ever mention that
say that
in front of me.
Don't say it. It's delicious.
I mean, if they're paying us, Taco Bell's great.
No, it's delicious. We used to go, my family and I used to go to Taco Bell, and inside, we would go, the whole family would go inside the Taco Bell restaurant. Right. And then order like 30 tacos, the four of us. 30 tacos, soft, and I like the soft taco.
But that's 80s Taco Bell, where the meat was still respectable.
It's the same.
No, I don't know. Anyways,
Taco Bell. Still the same. It's delicious.
We love Taco
Bell. The fire sauce, the mild sauce.
Sauces. Yeah, that's it.
No,
so
and I get the Supreme because it has the sour cream.
Show went a little extra long.
It did, but it didn't feel. I mean,
felt natural.
I mean, we already know. But you guys, I told you she was going to be great. And she was.
Awesome.
Her energy is amazing. She's
definitely enjoyed that.
Because she's not. And I joked about this with her at the pre-interview. And I joked a little bit about it in the intro. In the beginning, it's not like talking to someone who is possessed. Yeah. She's so down to earth.
She's telling you what it could be if you put in the work. And I feel like I need to put in some work.
So, I think you're so great, just the way you are. I mean, we could all improve, right? We could all improve.
Certainly, we could.
But your blueprint, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
It's great.
And it's funny that she said
you have so much potential. That's what I loved about you when I first met you. I was like, this kid, he has the work ethic and the potential. Let's do this.
Thank you. That was one of my qualifying.
It was your sexiest. It still is your sexiest trick.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we still live?
We're still live.
Are we still live?
No, like I was saying, past few weeks, because we were on a trip, I had more time to think.
No, you did.
And I've been thinking about certain things I want to do to improve, etc. And she just kind of hit it on the head there. So I'm like, oh, well, that's even more of a reason I need to get it going.
And you know what? And you can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, thank you. It's so sincere.
What sound effect are you going to do?
I was trying to put the Rasta horn.
Okay, don't do it.
Because that would be,
Don't do it. We did go a little over tonight, but you know what? A great thing that Claudia brought up was, it's such an interview question, but if you rephrase it, it's kind of like an interview question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I think the way she spun it was much better. How do you see, in 5-10 years, if someone were to talk about you and be like, hey, yeah, so-and-so, she's doing this right now in a positive light.
Right.
And how can we all improve ourselves to, be the most ourselves that we can be, the most Angela that we can be, most Mike we can be. This has been a TED Talk.
But I like it because it makes me think, oh, what do I really want to do? It makes you put the actual things you want in a sentence.
Right. In a puzzle. In the borders of a puzzle. Mm-hmm.
You hear about Mike, now you have to say something. You can't just say, oh, yeah, I like doing this, I like doing that. No, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I think with that, you're more focused on your path.
That's why I love that she's an astrologer and she can read all the science of that, of your chart, but then also the life coaching really does.
Yeah. We
She's
need to get
too
on
smooth
some
with
things.
it. Yeah.
Let's finish this show so we can go
We can
work
start.
out. Or go to McDonald's, one of the two.
Well, thank you so much to everybody who's joined us throughout the whole show. Thank you so much. And I really appreciated all of the questions that you guys brought up and we were able to mention during the live. And I hope all of you guys have a great night. We need a tagline.
Thanks for stopping. No, that's Anchorman. What's the tagline?
What's the tagline? We'll think of one.
Next week.
See you next Thursday at 8:30. I'm going to put all of Claudia's information in the description if you guys want to reach out to her. Yeah. Go ahead.
And next week we got somebody who's coming next week.
We have BK Music coming.
Ooh. Shout out to BK Music.
That was my army.
All right. Thank you very much, Claudia.
Thank you so much, Claudia, for being on the show. And thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Have a great night. Bye.
Yep.